morning. Let's go, let's go. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. We've been waiting for it.
So this is the street little balcony from the first hotel that we're in, which is like in the middle of Old San Juan. It's very like small and stuff like that, but yeah, I thought it would be nice to be in, you know, like a culture instead of just all commercial. So this is what it's looking like this morning. Morning again. We're walking from our hotel. That's the restaurant we ate at last night, Yayo's.
That was good too.
Yeah, it was. But we want to go back to Blessed Cafe. Well, back for me. First time for Juwan. Because some of y'all know, I don't know. I used to live here for 3 years, so that was my only Jamaican food. So I get my oxtails, a piece of rice, shoot up. I was gonna put some makeup on this morning, but you know what? It be hot than a bitch. So it's blank face, natural beauty out this beach. And now we finna go get a sandwich.
Is it right here?
From see, it's right here.
Right.
Huh?
We live in the beach. Walking around Old San Juan. Like I said, I had fun when we came last year, but actually getting to come into Old San Juan, staying in Old San Juan, and get to you know, walk around and see the sights, it's pretty dope. Yeah, I don't think it's open. It's pretty dope.
So we go down here by
A little bit that way.
yeah, by the
And then, like I say, this is, I think that's a naval ship.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a big, huge naval ship. You know what I'm saying? Got on my Bang by London shades. Go support the homie. But yeah, man, it's cool. Like, look at all this.
You know the trolley, it'll take you to the castle and stuff. But I just told him to pick us up down here. So.
Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. Like, we down here by the port, by where the cruise ships come in. Any cruise ships that comes to Puerto Rico has to come to this port. So, it's crazy. Hey, are they selling frog?
Huh?
Are they selling frog?
I don't know. But you know, Puerto Ricans, they have the coqui frog. Remember the one I told you? Like, yeah. So it might just be the image they use. Them shits is good though.
They got my man's right over there with the cigar. Now they got this big Disney ship. This thing is huge. Let's see. We coming up on a naval ship. Got my man's over there. Slanging the purses and whatnot. Yeah, you know. I can't ever knock a person for, you know what I'm saying, not out here robbing and killing nobody. But you know what I'm saying? You know them fugazi, but you know what I'm saying? Alright, he ain't killing nobody, he ain't robbing nobody, so hey, do your thing, brother, man.
This is also where the ferry ship comes in from over at Catania.
Oh, the one where you trying to take?
Yeah, it pulls up alongside on this side or that side.
What kind of ship is it? I mean, it's not.
That's also the taxi stands because, like, the cruise ship's supposed to stay for like 2 days, or depending on how long. Like sometimes they might stay for a couple hours and they get off, and then they have to go back in a few hours or whatever.
All right, my arm's getting tired.
So the man has all the birds. Like you can take pictures and they'll put the birds on you and stuff, and you take pictures with them. And he has them like all trained and whatnot. I did it before when I lived here. I tried to get Juwan to do it, but he act like he don't want to. Where are you?
Oh shit, get him looking at you.
Just looking at you. We are at the Bacardi Factory. We're about to go on the tour of the Bacardi Factory, and this is our complimentary cocktail for the tour. It is very beautiful. You want this chill?
Here we go, guys. Enjoy.
We drink a lot of Bacardi rum over here. Now, the company was established back in February 4th, 1862 by our founder, Don Facundo Bacardi Maso, in the colonial town of Santiago in Cuba. 74 years later, Bacardi Corporation decided to open a distillery here in Puerto Rico. So they first opened in 1936 in Old San Juan, where if you look to your right, we're having that beautiful view of the Old San Juan Bay. Now, today, the building of the distillery still stands, but unfortunately, it does not say Bacardi anymore. The building now says CVS Pharmacy. So if you've been to Old San Juan, seen that CVS Pharmacy, that was the distillery. But then in 1958, we opened this large distillery that we have here in Cataño, Puerto Rico. And our grounds consist of 127 acres of land, and this formerly was a swamp. So the land was purchased back in 1936 by the Bacardi Corporation for only $1. And then everything that was a swamp became this industrial site. Things were better back then.
That's a come up.
Now we have this large distillery that we produce 85% of the Bacardi rum that is sold worldwide, but pretty soon we're about to produce 99% of the Bacardi rum sold worldwide. Let me take this inside with me.
Alright, go right ahead, guys. Have my hand over here.
Sugar cane?
Well, it comes from the sugar cane. It would be the third extraction of the sugar cane. We sometimes put it in our barbecue sauces or
Molasses?
molasses. Yeah, that's it right there. That's our main ingredient for making the rum. I'm going to give this to you so you can go ahead and smell it and stir around and pass it around so you guys can get the feel of what molasses is. We use blackstrap molasses. And what we do is, this is thick. It probably would be thicker than what maple syrup can be. So we mix that with water so it can become a mash. And then from that mash, we grab with the wood of the barrel or to different bars where they make chairs or tables out of. Alright, over here, guys. This is how we have everything divided. Here we got some monitors. We want to check some things out that the monitors tell you. And over here we got the different rooms divided with all the different rums. One of those celebrities was Ricky Ricardo himself. Staying away from Lucy for a while, you know. Enjoying yourself with the meal with that laugh he has. Now, raise your hand if you had a Cuba Libre before, or you might know it as a Bacardi Coke. Alright?
Good line.
It's a good line, exactly. Where Cuba Libre has to have the line.
Yep.
How about a mojito? Raise your hand if you had a mojito before.
Yep.
Alright? And a daiquiri. Raise your hand if you had a daiquiri before. Frozen, strawberry, mango, you name it. Alright. One of the most easiest drinks you can ever make. This was the very first cocktail I've ever had when I was in high school. Coca-Cola, rum, and a little bit of lime. Now, the reason why it's called the Cuba Libre is because it was made in the 1900s, right after the Spanish-American War. A group of American soldiers went to celebrate, and they went to a bar and they asked the bartender to make them something with Coca-Cola and Bacardi Gold. So, the bartender started off with ice to the top. He grabbed a wedge of lime, squeezed the juice on top of the ice for a seasoning, and then he added his 1.5 ounces or 50 milliliters of Bacardi Gold right on top. Top of the ice so it can help mellow down the rum to pop out more of that vanilla caramel flavor that it has. Then, you would add in the Coca-Cola, and you grab, you stir, gently, and you serve it to the soldiers. And they loved it so much that the commanding officer wanted to make a toast. So he raised his glass, and he said, Larga vida por un Cuba Libre, which means long life for a free Cuba. And after that toast, Cuba Libre got stuck in their heads. So when they would ask for a refill, they would ask for Cuba Libre. The bartender knew exactly what to serve them. And that's how your traditional Coca-Cola and Bacardi cocktail was born. If you ever go to a bar and the bartender takes out Pepsi, you get out of there. You leave the name free Cuba, Cuba Libre. So many people started calling it La Mentirita, which means the little lie, saying that Cuba Libre was a lie. Or rebels against Castro would also ask for it like this. Kill Castro.
Yeah.
That's how they would also ask for it. But that's a whole different story right over there. Now the original Bacardi Mojito, this was the very first cocktail ever made with Bacardi rum. In 1862 was when it was made. This is a replica of a medicine that the Pirates of the Caribbean used to drink. They called it El Draque, honoring Captain Francis Drake. And what it had was that it was 4 wedges of lime, it had mint leaves, it had a chunk of sugar cane, and it had the Kill Devil rum. To them, it was a magic potion, but in reality, it was a medicine. In 1862, bartenders made a replica of it using the Bacardi Superior, the white rum. And what they did was they started off with 4 wedges of lime, then they added 2 spoons of sugar, and they added their Bacardi Superior. Muddle the lime so the juice can mix in with the rum and the sugar would absorb. Then they would grab 8 mint leaves, leave it in the palm of their hand, and they would tap it for 3 times. And that was it. Never muddle them, because when you muddle it, the leaves become bitter, and your mojito becomes bitter. Stack it 3 times, gives you that perfect aroma and flavor. It would add it right on top, stir it a little bit, and that was it. But then, a couple years later, we had ice cubes. Ice cubes became a thing for cocktails. So we added ice cubes on top of what we just did, but then they finished it off with club soda to give it that good sparkling effect. And then they would stir it, and that's how you make the original mojitos in those 2 different ways. The way before ice, the way after ice. The way after ice is a lot better because you want that nice and refreshing and cold. Now, today, many bartenders add mixers, sours, simple syrups, Sprites, muddle the leaves, or many, many other things. When you guys make it like this, I have homework for you guys. In our website, casabacardi.com, we have the entire recipe, so you guys can make it at home. I want you guys to make it at home, and I want you to compare it to mojitos that you would ask outside to see which is better. And you're going to definitely see that maybe the original way is always the best way to go. The reason why it's called a mojito, mojo is actually an African word that stands for magic potion. Ito at the end of every Spanish word means that it's small. So when we combine that together, a mojito is a small magic potion. Because it looks like one and it feels like one after a couple of them. We're used to frozen daiquiris today, but the original daiquiri is the simplest cocktail you can ever make. 2 spoons of sugar, an ounce and a half of Bacardi Superior, ice, lime juice. You shake for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you stop, then you turn, then you shake like this. You get more refreshments going on, and after you're done shaking, you add it into a glass, and that's it. It's a lemonade with Bacardi rum. And that was the original daiquiri. It was made in 1898. The reason why it's called the daiquiri, it's one of the most ridiculous stories ever. There are these iron mines in Cuba where a group of mine workers would always go to a bar before going to work, early in the morning, asking for lime sugar Bacardi. Bartender one day asked for a name, they had no idea what to call it, so he asked where they worked at. The mines were known as the daiquiri mines, so they mentioned the daiquiri mines, and that's when the bartender said, well, let's call it the daiquiri. And they agreed, and became the world's famous daiquiri right there. Wow. Simple story. Here, if you guys actually plan on buying rums or anything, this is where you guys get to do. We have all of our mixing rums, sipping rums, and our flavored rums and our spiced rum as well, all right? So you guys can check it out. It's like a nice library.
Thank you.
All right, and you guys take care, all right? Whenever you guys are ready to head back to the pavilion, there's always a trolley running every 10 minutes, or if you want to walk.
Hello. Good morning. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. Good morning.